September 11, 2001 became one of the biggest news stories of the 21st century. This single day permanently changed the lives of Muslims all over the world. On one side stood the world's biggest superpower, the United States of America, and on the other side was a man named Osama bin Laden, later labeled as the most wanted terrorist, accused of killing thousands. This was not the first time someone had tried to attack the Twin Towers. At that time, they were among the tallest and most famous buildings in the world. Nearly 500 Hollywood movies had been filmed in around them. Anyone who targeted these buildings knew that if the World Trade Center fell, it would become the biggest news story in the world, just as if today someone were to destroy the Burj Khalifa. Exactly 23 years ago, the global situation was very different. The Soviet Union had collapsed, China was not yet powerful, and the United States stood as the world's only superpower, unchallenged by anyone. Then, on an ordinary day, September 11, 2001, 19 men arrived at different airports to hijack for commercial airplanes. According to All American reports, all 19 hijackers were Muslims from Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Lebanon, and the UAE. Each plane was hijacked by a team of 5 people, each with a specific role, and all had undergone months of training. After takeoff, the hijacking plans began. Just 15 minutes into the flight, the first plane was taken over using small knives and box cutters. The pilots were killed, and Mohammed Atta was placed in the pilot's seat. Passengers were pushed to the back and told that only Atta could land the plane, but the hijackers never intended to land. By mistake, Atta pressed the wrong button and connected with New York Air Traffic Control, telling them to stay calm and that they were heading toward the airport. This caused confusion, and the runway was cleared in preparation for landing. Later, he accidentally connected again. The plane, originally traveling from Boston to Los Angeles, was sharply turned toward New York. As it descended rapidly, everyone assumed it was preparing to land, but after some time, the plane never arrived. Eventually, officials learned the truth. The plane had crashed into the World Trade Center. At first, the media reported it as a tragic accident. Even President George W. Bush, who was visiting a school in Florida, initially believed it was accidental. However, 30 minutes later, the second plane was hijacked exactly as planned. This timing was deliberate so the entire world would witness the second impact live on television. When the second plane crashed into the South Tower, it became clear this was not an accident. America was under attack. The U.S. military went on full alert. All flights were grounded, but 2 hijacked planes were still airborne. The third plane, piloted by Hani Hanjour, was redirected toward Washington, D.C. and crashed into the Pentagon, one of the most important buildings in the world. The fourth plane, intended for the U.S. Capitol, never reached its target. After passengers learned via phone calls that the earlier crashes were suicide attacks, they fought back. To stop them, the hijacker Zia Jarrett crashed the plane into the ground, killing everyone on board. Within an hour, the South Tower collapsed, killing over 1,000 people. Shortly after, the North Tower collapsed, killing another 1,600. In total, nearly 3,000 people died in the 9/11 attacks. Around 200 jumped from the towers to escape the fire. After the attacks, families of the hijackers denied their involvement. Some blamed foreign intelligence agencies. Many attackers came from wealthy families, not poverty. The attacks caused massive economic damage. The New York Stock Exchange collapsed, global markets panicked, and the U.S. economy lost an estimated $1.4 trillion. GDP growth fell sharply. Ironically, war-related companies, weapons manufacturers, jet and tank producers made enormous profits. Investors expected war. Soon after, President Bush declared that the attacks were carried out by Al-Qaeda, led by Osama bin Laden, who was believed to be hiding in Afghanistan. Although bin Laden initially denied involvement, he later released a video in 2000 for claiming responsibility. This strengthened Bush politically and helped him win re-election. Despite massive military operations, the U.S. failed to capture bin Laden for years. The war in Afghanistan dragged on far longer than expected. Under President Obama, troop numbers increased, along with drone strikes. Finally, in 2011, U.S. forces killed Osama bin Laden in Abbottabad, Pakistan during a covert operation. His body was identified via DNA testing and buried at sea to prevent the creation of a shrine. After his death, Al-Qaeda and the Taliban both confirmed it. Despite achieving its main objective, the U.S. did not leave Afghanistan. Strategic concerns, China's rise and Afghanistan's valuable mineral resources, especially lithium, kept America there for another decade. After 20 years of war, the U.S. withdrew, the Afghan army collapsed within days, and the Taliban returned to power without resistance. This war is considered one of America's greatest failures. Afghanistan once again earned its title, the Graveyard of Empires. After 3,000 deaths on 9/11s, the global war on terror led to 4.6 million deaths, 40 million refugees, $8 trillion spent by the US. Both Americans and Afghans suffered, but the biggest beneficiaries were weapons companies, whose profits multiplied